Hi everyone, I'm Christy from Sun Ballast. We're back together to finally see how to place the modules on a flat roof. Here you are in our project where for support I have already created two simple flat roofs. Now let's create together two prototypes. Here we have two prototypes and now we can begin. For inserting the modules, the configurator gives us the possibility to choose between two alternatives, manual or automatic. Manual entry allows us to directly drag the panel onto the roof as we desire. Before doing so, it is necessary with the select key to indicate the side toward which we want the modules to be turned. So once done, with the little hand icon, we insert our module on the cover by dragging it and positioning it where we prefer. So here is our panel, and let's see together all the possibilities we have for modification. By selecting it, in fact, a drop-down menu will appear on the right. And here are the translate key to be able to move it on the roof through the axis or by moving it freely. The stretch key, which allows us to increase or decrease the rows by increasing or decreasing the number of modules. So we're going to create a row of 6 or 7 modules. And now let's see the duplicate button to duplicate our prototype on the roof. To duplicate it, we use axis and place the second row at a suitable distance so that the panels do not shade each other. Once the first copy has been made, you can continue copying the row, keeping the same distance by manually entering the number of copies you want to make. In this case, we select 8 copies. So in this array, we'll see that some modules end up above on the obstacle, and we can eliminate the row or reduce it to a smaller number or number of modules. In any case, even if duplicated, each row of modules can always be modified or moved to your liking. To view the distance of the rows from the limits of our coverage, we can use the quote key, and this will indicate the distance of our rows from the corner of the coverage. And also we can modify it to our liking if we have precise distance to respect. Let's add a particular note. So as you see, a row can have up to a maximum of 20 modules. Why is this way? Because Sun Ballast, the ballast manufacturer, has inserted this limit on purpose to optimize the wind tightness of the system in the best possible way. And in this case, the vertical modules can reach a maximum of 20 modules per row. If they were horizontal, the maximum numbers would be 12. Now let's modify our rows, trying to fill the coverage by optimizing the spaces. Here, we have thus inserted 122 modules in our coverage. Now, let's see together how to create a new layer. Creating a new layer will keep the created buildings, obstacles, and prototypes, but not the module placed on the cover. So in this way, we have the possibility always on the same roof and always in the same project to evaluate and try other positioning or ballasting alternatives. We can therefore switch from one layer to another very easy. With this new layer created, let's try the second mode together, namely the automatic one. So let's go back to our prototype at 20 degrees and select the fitting function. This function allows you to fill in the coverage automatically by entering the measurements and distances we need. We select the coverage, and in the menu on the right, we see together the data that we can enter and modify. The one calculated by the system as vertical distance is the optimal distance between rows of modules, so that they do not shade each other. And below, we can enter the horizontal distance between modules and possibly the modules for each row. We keep this data by selecting Side. And we can select the orientation based on the coverage we want to give the rows. And finally, calculate, and in this way the configurator will provide us with an approximate rendering of the filling of our coverage. If we like the render, we click on Place. And here is where our coverage has been auto-filled. Of course, even in this case, we can always modify or eliminate rows as we desire. The two modes are both valid. Certainly, the manual mode is better when there are several obstacles in the coverage, while in a completely flat coverage without obstacles, the fitting mode allows us to fill the coverage in one click. And if we still want to use the fitting mode while maintaining the distance of the parapets, we can select the icon in the prototypes and choose a second sub-icon. We define an offset of the parapets of about 1 meters. We select the field and then we update the field. In this way, we'll see the area where the panels will not be placed with the fitting mode. Well, now that we have seen how to place the modules on a flat roof, all we have left now are pitched roofs. Follow me in the next video tutorial.